Well, that was quite an adventure in our computer room. We've moved to a little quieter place so that we can have a little bit more intimate conversation. Before we talk about what our future might look like, we need to understand the magnitude of what and who we are really trying to serve. We all really know about our local council and maybe one of the National High Adventure bases, but let's take a real look at our complex set of customers that we serve on a daily basis. The National Service Center, for example, located right here in Irving, Texas. We have actually 3 locations: the National Office, the Training Center, and our museum. We have over 500 employees and their workstations and their remote access into our systems. We also serve our National Distribution Center in Charlotte, North Carolina. 275,000 square feet of warehouse. It's a distribution for all scouting materials, the awards, the badges, the equipment. Over 5,000 individual SKUs to keep track of all of those items. 150 employees, their individual workstations, and of course they want to access the system remotely as well. Our retail locations all across the nation and even some overseas. 180 national retail locations, 200 council retail locations, all with an enterprise-wide point of sale system. About 1 to 4 employees on average at each one of these locations that all have workstations that all want to remotely access our system. We also serve our 4 National High Adventure bases: the Bechtel Summit Reserve in West Virginia, the Philmont Scout Ranch in New Mexico, the Florida Sea Base in Florida, and our Northern Tier Canoe Base in northern Minnesota. Each of these bases are in remote locations that require cell phone service as well as Wi-Fi connectivity. All 4 have individual registration sites, must of course meet all the HIPAA rules when we register young people and collect their medical forms, and track the individual youth's daily activities, as well as maybe even some of their advancement, their arrival and departure dates. Each of the sites also have retail operations as well as seasonal and full-time staff that have workstations and want to access our system remotely. Now let's get to our real customers, our local council service centers. 280 local councils, 5,200 employees that of course all have workstations and all want to access our sites remotely. What we do for those local councils is manage their antivirus services. We provide firewall security. We provide firewall-based web content filtering, as well as BSA-wide fiscal and fundraising services at the local councils. So, if the local council is the true customer we serve, it's also all about the customers local councils serve. And that is the 2.5 million youth and the 1.5 million adult leaders that want the system to track their personal information, their advancement, their training, their awards, their service hours, and a plethora of more information and data. So VJ, how do you visualize the future? What does the technical landscape look like as we move from old to new?
The future is bright. Before we get to the bright future, we got to look at a few things that we want to do internally and then start building and make them the building blocks for our future. So one thing that I want us to get towards is better data management. We are actively working on a digital domain API strategy that will bring in better structure to our data, and will also bring in a clear distinction between data storage and data access. Scaling our data has been a big concern, and we are looking at addressing this problem via an enterprise data warehouse, big data, and MDM solutions. We are looking at an eventing model where changes are relayed in real time to systems that need to see data in real time versus what we have today, which is data sync that happens between applications that exist in a silo. Apart from data management, the other aspect that needs attention is to build our capabilities as a platform, as an ecosystem, versus what we do today, which is building products in a silo. We have to get to a pure platform mindset. We're looking at cutting down investments on siloed products. All our platform capabilities that we build out, maybe with learning management, campaign management, and whatnot, will all be exposed via clearly defined domain APIs. We want to open up these APIs to the volunteer community eventually. We want to open these up to everybody so that we could come up with better brains to build innovative solutions. We want to approach this as building scouting as a platform that that serves Boy Scouts but can also go much, much beyond that. Apart from that, I think another thing that we would also want the IT department and Boy Scouts to do is to showcase an open source focus. There's a lot of innovation that is currently being driven via open source communities. From a cost management perspective, these options are starting to look very compelling. We are going to embrace this in our path forward. So to summarize, I think what we are looking at is better data management. We are looking at building platforms and ecosystems, and we are also looking at embracing open source technologies.
Just recently, the National IT Committee, which is made up of industry experts and CIOs and CTOs from major industry giants, have just come up with a process where we can utilize the strength of our volunteers to extend our small team of employees. The plan is to have volunteers just like you sign on and test our applications before they go to production. Volunteers would serve as the quality assurance team of the BSA. But that's not all. We also want your talent and your innovation. Many of you work with technology daily and have great ideas that could help thousands of other Scouters deliver quality programs every day to our youth. We want to hear from you, and we want you to join our team. More information to come later on this site, but for now, if you are interested, please send me an email at samuel.thompson@scouting.org. SAMUEL.Thompson, THOMPSON @scouting.org. There are no bad ideas, so bring them on. Now that we know what our technical future will look like, let's talk about what's important to most of our audience. What does this all mean to me? And when will it affect how I do my job, whether it is as an employee or a volunteer? We have developed an IT roadmap to help us get off the legacy and develop the most relevant tools. We get many ideas and project requests all the time, and we have developed a very simple approach to analyze and prioritize all of these requests that come our way. Each of our IT employees are encouraged to actively collect all ideas and concepts. They are also instructed to ask 4 very simple questions, and if the answer is yes to at least 3 of those 4 questions, we get to elevate that idea or concept. The 4 questions: is the idea aligned with the BSA game plan? Does the idea truly help staff and volunteers in a local council? Will the idea or concept help grow our membership? Or is the idea for compliance, or is it a security issue? We have developed this site to keep you posted on our progress as we follow our roadmap. As stated before, there are many different users of our system, and each have a different view of what they want from the new system. We've tried to listen to all good ideas, but at the end of the day, we have to be reasonable and be good stewards of the BSA resources. We simply can't do everything for everybody, and we must continuously look for solutions that help the entire BSA movement, not just a certain fraction or one portion of our customers. The roadmap is divided by domains, and each domain has a set of tools or deliverables that will help Scouters perform their duties a bit easier, whether they are volunteers or staff. Over the next few weeks, you will hear from the experts on our team about key updates we are making to address some of our most pressing organizational needs, including membership, finance, and events, as well as technologies that help empower our community, such as Scoutbook and the My Scouting Tools app that will be released at the end of August. Thank you for taking time to view this webinar. Be sure to check back on this site for updates and progress. It is our goal to keep you informed all along the journey as we move off of our legacy systems. Please feel free to contact either VJ or myself with comments and or ideas. Together, we all can make a positive difference in the life of a Scout. VJ, any closing thoughts?
BSA is an excellent organization and has a bright future ahead. We will make this IT journey a lot easier, and we will make this a fun-filled experience for everybody we support. Glad to be here.